Hello and welcome to Viking Park in Erindale. The first weekend of the Griffin Legal John Dent Cup Final Series continues for 2019. Brett McKay with you for Bar TV Sports. And we're here for the Hahn Superdry Elimination Final between the third place Gungahlin Eagles and the fourth place Uni-Norths. Our sudden death today, the winner to take on Tuggeranong in next Saturday's preliminary final. And joining me again in commentary and all through the final series, Ryan Murphy. We had an absolute festival of rugby yesterday. It was fantastic. What are you hoping for today?
I'm hoping for more of the same, of course, mate. I'm hoping for two sides to put absolutely everything out there. As much as it was an amazing game yesterday, there was still that underlying thing about, that they had that second chance. Yeah. Such a different feeling here today, knowing one of these teams' season will end today. I
had a great analogy put to me downstairs. Yesterday, you're training on Tuesday regardless. Today, you're either playing to train on Tuesday or beers on Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an entirely different feeling, and it's an entirely different mindset going into a game.
Yep.
I'm probably expecting it to be a little bit more cagey from both sides.
Of course, yesterday, Royals 21 defeated Tuggeranong 13 in yesterday's qualifying final. A bit of a blow for Gungahlin losing Tamati Ioane during the week. Ryan, that's a bit of a blow for the Eagles?
Absolutely. He's been a talismanic figure for them at times, but they did lose him for quite a big chunk of the season during the year, so it's not that they can't play without him. And in that number 8 jersey, Rocky Ilala, one of the greatest players in modern John Dent Cup history. No. So you're not losing much with Rocky coming into that
certainly
number
not.
8 spot.
We'll get through those two teams in a minute. Gungahlin finished on 57 points to finish third. They were equal with Royals, but finished third and 4 and against. Uni-Norths were back on 35 points in fourth. And last week, both sides suffered losses, which was a bit of a speed hump, I suppose, on the way to the finals. It wasn't the ideal lead-in, was it?
No, it's almost kind of left somewhat of like an anticlimax feeling.
It did,
it was all nicely building, but I think for Gungahlin as well, it's going to be all about how they treat this game, given, there must have been some hurt feelings there, given they weren't in that qualifying final yesterday. You have to treat it as an opportunity now to put a run of wins together to claim that premiership that they must have felt really was in their grasp this year, given their form. For Uni-Norths, they've been jokingly saying it's a free shot here. They're just here to make up the numbers. They're putting that message out there, but absolutely not. They're a quality side.
Absolutely.
And with Eri Simone, which we'll, of course, talk about coming into that side, he gives them quality that they haven't had all year.
Yeah. And just trying to maybe get one back on losing this corresponding game this time last year.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a bit of, talk about anticlimaxes, it was a bit of an anticlimax here last year.
Of course, Gungahlin went on that run from 6 or 7 weeks out, and
they just had their number times last year.
They did,
and they've had it this year, winning both meetings in the regular season as well.
Of course, the winner of today's match takes on Tuggeranong next Saturday in the Hahn Superdry preliminary final. It'll be 3:15 at Viking Park. That's going to be a ripping game, but let's not worry about next week. Let's worry about today. Let's worry about this game in hand, which is going to be an absolute ripper. We'll quickly go through these teams as both clubs form their sizable guard of honours, I have to say. There's
Gungahlin cheating Eagles slightly, I reckon.
Yeah, the Eagles have got their spacing right. They've made theirs look twice as long as Uni-North there on the far side. You can see as well on the southern bank here at Viking Park, the Eagles and the Uni-North supporters set up on the bank there. You can see perhaps just over in the southeastern corner over there's a group of people sitting on the hill there. That's the Royals team keeping an eye on proceedings. I know there's a pocket of Tuggeranong Vikings players and coaches and things over on the northeastern corner as well.
Maybe so keeping a slightly lower
everyone's
profile.
Just keeping a bit of an eye on things. So yeah,
Royals out here flexing after an amazing win yesterday.
Absolutely. I had a quick word with Craig McMahon downstairs and said, "Where's that one going to rank?" And he said, "Yeah, it's got to be up there. It's just got to be up there."
Oh well, he scored one of the greatest final tries I've ever seen.
one of the great NFL style tries it was. We will quickly run through these two teams. For Gungahlin, in their black and red strip, Ray Dobson, Alex Small, Nick Dobson up front, Tristan Stanley and Levi Shaw the locks, James Fanukatau, Tane Atkins, and Rocky Ilalahia in at number 8 for Tamati Ioane. Joel Atkins and Isaac Walker, the halves, and then Eli Sinotti, Josh Gillard, Matt Hawke, Henry Spate on the right wing in number 14, and Mac Hansen back at fullback for the Eagles. For Uni-Norths, pretty well an unchanged pack as well for them. Isalili Far, James Lynch, Max Bode up front, Josh Friend and Will Sankey, the locks. Phil Ferreira, Dave Bennett, Ben Love, the back row. And then in the halves, Lachlan Crichton and Willow Axelson. And Josh Reese, Irai Simone, Dennis Waite, Callum Richardson across the three-quarter line, Jordan Thompson at fullback as Dave Bennett leads out the Uni-North side to the warm applause of their supporters. Uni-North in the blue and white and green stripes this year. They've had pockets of good form, Ryan. They've been a bit scratchy at times, and they've been absolutely brilliant at other times. So
what they did really well this year is that they beat the sides they had to beat, and they competed well against, the traditional top three as we see the Eagle.
I've not seen the Eagle before, and he's just ripped his head off there. That doesn't quite look right. And here come the Gungahlin Eagles. They're led out by Alex Small. Matt Hawke closely in behind him as well. Josh Gillard back at 12. They've had a few centre combinations this year, haven't they, the Eagles?
Well, it's interesting to see Josh Gillard get a start here in the finals. Been away in Europe for the past couple of weeks, but Marco Caputo obviously just wants to get his absolute best 15 out there possible. But also interesting to see Alex Moore retain the captaincy in Gillard's absence. He's been absolutely magnificent at hooker for Gungahlin as a leader and as a player, so rightfully leading out the Eagles side on finals day.
Been so consistent. The voice you just heard there is Matt Hogan, who is our referee today. Gungahlin are going to be running from the northern end of Viking Park. They'll be going left to right in your screen. Uni-North from the southern end. And really looking forward to this one, mate. We mentioned it a couple of times yesterday. If the elimination final is half as good as the qualifying final yesterday, we are absolutely in for a treat.
Absolutely. Where it's going to come down to a couple of big moments, I believe, in these games. That's what it's come down to in these sides' meetings this year. So I think we're going to have a few of those wow moments, especially.
Very much looking forward.
Plenty of bash a bit as well.
I think it's going to be niggly. I'm not sure this will be quite as open and free moving as the qualifying final was yesterday. They're just two very, very different sides, but it's finals time. And as I mentioned, both sides looking to play or playing for the right to train on Tuesday as Matt Hogan gets us underway in the Hahn Super Dry elimination final. And Matt Hawke is going to take this on the 22 for the Eagles. And straight away, it's a very typical block-busting Matt Hawke run to get us underway. Having to fight for the ball in the middle there is Joel Atkins, and he's going to have a busy afternoon of it today. The breakdown is going to be just one of those messy areas of the game as it goes on. Atkins gets this ball back to Isaac Walker, doesn't kick. Matt Hawke's going to have to carry again. They'll just look to set themselves up. Mac Hansen's back in the pocket. Atkins kicks himself from the back of the ruck. And this one just rolls into touch in front of Jordan Thompson, the Uni-North fullback, just inside the Uni-North 22. The Owls will have a line-out throw about 20 metres out from their own line.
Cracking opener from Joel Atkins there, just saw the space executed perfectly.
Viking Park bathed in sunshine today. A bit warmer than it was this time yesterday too, I have to admit. But the Owls, they've lost their first line out of the throw of the day. Gungahlin getting it over the top here. Joel Atkins having to work hard yet again. Tane Atkins, his brother, with a strong carry into a pretty well set Uni-North's defensive line. This is Ila Sinotti wearing number 11 but running in the outside centre channel right there at the time. Joel Atkins finds Ilalahia and he's stopped in his tracks there by Phil Ferreira. I think they're going to come together a fair bit today. Here goes Isaac Walker. This is Hansen. What can Mac Hansen do? Gets to the outside of the defender. Takes it to ground himself. Joel Atkins now. He finds Ray Dobson. Just setting things up here, the Eagles. Showing plenty of patience in attack. Good carry here from Alex Small. They're about 20 out. Ball's been knocked down. We'll have a knock-on advantage here for the Owls. Off a Uni-North, for the Eagles, I beg your pardon. Off a Uni-North hand it was. And now we get to see this much vaunted Gungahlin Eagles scrum.
Absolutely. It's interesting to see, and you mentioned it before, Uni-North's ability at breakdown already coming into effect. They are absolutely brilliant in that area. 1 to 15 as well. They don't just target through 1 or 2. They all can get over the ball and disrupt. So Eagles got to be on their 1s and 2s there at breakdown. But, it certainly was a factor the last time these two played at scrum time, and I expect it to be today. Interesting to see no Henry Spade out there for Gungahlin.
That's true.
Corey Toole on this right-hand
That's
side.
quite true. Yeah, well, that's a late change there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very late change.
That's a very late change. Henry, and congratulations to Henry Spate and his partner Louise. Had the little boy on Friday, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
He's definitely got his dad's hair, judging by the photo we saw on Friday night at the Brumbies dinner. But yeah, Henry Spate not out there for sure today, so he may well be on dad duties already.
Definitely a blow for Gungahlin, but Corey Toole has been in electric form all season. One of the competition's top scorers, and Ellie Sinotti hasn't played a lot of first grade this year, but first grade pedigree for sure, some NRC experience as well. So definitely a player that can step in and add, not just compete out there and do his best.
Pretty handy late addition to the season for sure. Eli Sinotti in the left wing. Scrum goes down. It's in front of the post, about 20 out from the Uni-Norths line. Matt Hogan just getting the front rows to set up again. He's switched side. Nick Dobson just cleaning all the turf and gunk off his boots.
Al's at full strength, that front row. The last time these played,
yeah.
Max Bowe didn't start, of course, and when he came on, he did change things.
Made a big difference, didn't he?
It's great to see when you look down both sides. Not a lot of missing names. It's great to see both sides at reasonably full strength.
Joel Atkins feeds this scrum going forwards for the Eagles, having to work hard for it. He's told to use it. Here's Joel Atkins, has a snipe, runs away from Lachlan Crichton. But he's at the bottom of this now, so the Eagles are going to have to pick and drive. Ben Love doing well to disrupt there. Ball's at the back. It's been picked up there by Fanukatau. Uni-Norths all over this. Have they got a turnover? No, the Eagles pick up and drive again.
If the Eagles can sweep right here, there's plenty of space.
They're really having to work hard for their carries here. Isolati Farr with a big hit there. They've lost a metre or two there. The Eagles just realigning their backs now. Walker comes out grandstand side. Sinotti bumps off the tackle there of Willow Axelson, and he is down. He is down. Willow Axelson, yeah.
He has not moved.
Has not moved.
Immediate concern there from both sets of players, it has to be said, Brett, for Willoughby Axelson.
Willow's had a couple of knocks this year. I remember a game earlier in the year, might have been round 5 or round 6, a Uni-Norths game that I did. He was absolutely knocked cold and missed a couple of weeks after it as well. So the right amount of concerns being shown from Willow Axelson. Matt Hawke just going to check on the Uni-Norths number 10 there. He's moving.
His day's done. There's
no
question.
I've just seen a blue card there from Matt Hawke. So Willow Axelson will be out of this game. An early replacement for Uni-Norths. It looks like Hamish Dawson, I think it is in 22, is going to come on.
I'm imagining Era Simone will probably slip into 10.
Yeah.
Bit of a rejig back line from Uni-Norths.
Unless perhaps they move Jordan Thompson up front.
Yeah, absolutely. Does have experience there. And that
does a lot of their playmaking from first receiver anyway.
And plenty of kicking. But obviously such a massive blow.
Yeah.
Both in attack and defensively as well. Willoughby Axelson. See Brumby's doctor, Steve Freeman.
Just saw Steve walk out.
It was an ugly collision, Brett.
Yeah.
I think everyone in the stands and around the ground noticed straight away that was
you could
an unusually awkward.
Yeah, just the way Willow peeled out of that, you could certainly tell that. So we've had 4 minutes of the Hahn Superdry elimination final played. Score still 0-0.
As we did yesterday.
We did.
Losing a key figure.
Losing Will Morrison early for Royals. And the stretcher is coming out. Willow Axelson on the ground is still moving his hands and feet.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks to be in better shape than he was when the contact initially happened, for sure.
Yeah, that's it. So they're just giving him the on-field head injury assessment. It's a multi-stage test.
This now becomes a real factor in this game because both sides obviously would have been ramped up, warmed up, and into their games we see.
And so in the background there, you can see Uni-Norths just going through some warm-up drills, just getting the ball in hand again, just getting the blood flow. Gungahlin to the northern end looks like they're going to try and set up and do something similar here. So The two teams will go through their second warm-up of the day. But there's and good to see the Gungahlin trainers are there as well with
absolutely.
the Uni-Norths trainers. It's
Rabs from Gungahlin was out there as quick.
yeah,
as
he
quick
was.
as
He was
Owls.
really quick, wasn't he?
Well, that's it. Look, ultimately, look, we're in a game of footy here, and everyone wants to win, and there's tempers flaring. But this is, as we see, Willoughby.
This is much more important. So Willow Axelson looks like he's getting up, being helped up onto his feet, which is really, really good news. And he's just getting up by himself now, which is even better. So
a lot of shared friendships and
of course,
there between both sides. So really great to see the spirit and the crowd giving them some applause there.
The applause from the Gungahlin and the Uni-Norths supporters there. So Willow Axelson walking from the field. His day is certainly done. So Hamish Dawson in 22 on for Willow Axelson, and there will be a reshuffle. It does look like Iro Simone is stepping into first receiver into the number 10 channel. Jordan Thompson's still there at the back, but we'll see how this plays out when the Owls have ball in hand. Scrum feed for the Eagles, just on the grandstand side of the uprights, probably about 4 or 5 metres to the right-hand side of the posts. Joel Atkins feeds. It's a big first shove from Uni-Norths, holding up this Eagles pack well. Atkins goes to the eastern side through Walker. Short ball for Eli Sinotti, and that pass was forward from Isaac Walker. And the Owls, you can just hear their supporters there. There's a few slaps on the back. That's a little moral victory there, I'd suggest.
Absolutely, and when you lose, a key figure in Willoughby Axelson, it's great for your side to get a nice defensive stand there. I thought it was very interesting how Gungahlin looked to attack there, playing basically a 3-on-3, showing the threat of Matt Hansen at the back, but then giving it to Eli Sinotti on that
and it was
little line. But
it was enough. It was enough for Uni-Norths to shuffle their defensive line. We saw Iro Simone come to the grandstand side here at Viking Park, and they went the other way.
Well, that can be one that's a setup for plays later, I think.
True. Very true. So Crichton now to feed for Uni-Norths, about 8 metres off their own line, 20 in from touch there, eastern side of Viking Park. It's a massive Eagles scrum, but the Owls win it. The Eagles pinged for not driving through straight.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do at scrum time in those areas these days. If it twists that way, you're more often than not, you're going to get that call. Over-eagerness, I think, from Ray Dobson's side. They've just got to build that scrum pressure instead of wheeling it like that.
So Jordan Thompson will look to find touch over there on the eastern side, and he is going to play a very important role for Uni-Norths today if they are to get through this Hahn Superdry elimination final. Still 0-0 after 7 minutes here at Viking Park. Winner to play Tuggeranong in next week's preliminary final. So James Lynch to throw in for the Owls, taken well at the top there by Josh Friend at the back. Dawson looks like he's playing 10. Phil Ferreira has hit heavy. Ball, Dobson's all over the back of Crichton. Ball's been lost forward. The Eagles have this now, and they're looking to play quickly through Ilalahia. Atkins comes grandstand side. Isaac Walker eyes off a bit of vacant real estate. That ball goes into touch as well in front of Corey Toole. There's a good chase from the young Eagles winger. Jordan Thompson just has to escort that one into touch.
Excellent option there from Walker. Don't mind that early doors, just keeping this pressure on the Owls, having to do all the work inside their own territory.
Pressure on James Lynch's line-out throw here. Uni-Norths have gone to a full 7-man line-up. And they're going to win the penalty here. Dave Bennett was just knocked there by Ray Dobson as he went to throw. And that's another easy exit as Ray Dobson just runs away with a bit of a grin on his face.
You wipe that one off. That's just got his wires all the way across there, Ray Dobson. But a free exit for Owls.
Yeah. With Thompson to peel off some moves. That's not going to go into touch, is it? Oh, great work from Isaac Walker. It does go into touch, just short of halfway in the end. I just saw that ball being held up in the wind. It's not as strong as it was here yesterday, but it's out of the northeastern corner again, blowing over the grandstand. Great take at the top there. Crichton's had to work hard for that. This is a short ball for Bennett, who bumps through the tackle. There's an Eagles player down. He doesn't look well. That's Tristan Stanley, I think.
It's Tane Atkins just
it is too. I beg your pardon. And we'll have to stop here again. Yep. The Eagles trainer's on there in a real hurry. Tane Atkins just bumped off the tackle of on Dave Bennett. So we'll have another stoppage in play here.
His brother Joel there, right on hand.
Yeah, just making sure. So Tane is on his back there. Fanukatau just checking on him.
Wasn't sure if that seemed to be more neck, shoulder area than head.
And he's already sitting up, which is good.
It definitely seemed to be some kind of jar in that shoulder neck area. He's had a lot of issues in that area, Tane Atkins.
But Matt Hogan has pulled out the blue card again, so Tane Atkins will come from the field. His day is done now. So
yeah, you see he's walking a little bit gingerly there.
Yeah, he actually doesn't look in a real good way at all, does he?
Great to see some, on both occasions, ultimate care being shown to both players. See Lua Vaialoa come onto the field. He'll slip right into that 7 jersey, of course, a former halfback.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's a halfback for... he's played some test experience. He's played shoot shield at halfback.
Has he really?
Half brother of Pete Samu.
There you go.
So yeah, saw Pete came down to ACT.
His
doing well in the back row. I thought he'd give it a shot himself.
His post scrum half days have been kind to him, can I say?
Absolutely. Well, it's funny. He came down and I think he played 4th grade, 3rd grade, 2nd grade, and 1st grade. His first day as an Eagle, and he was best on ground in all grades. So
yeah, didn't play 4th grade again.
Interesting, because he's a former halfback. He actually gives another playmaking option right there.
Yeah.
It's
good pass. Ben Love picks off the back. Simone has gone without it. Vaialoa cleans up for the Eagles. That ball's gone to ground from Joel Atkins. The Eagles have to go back and shuffle it. Bit of a coming together there, Dennis Waite and Mac Hansen.
Just seeing the impact these two injuries have had on both sides. It did all the... It's just come ahead. It came all the energy. It's all gone from the game.
All the energy, all the adrenaline of running on to be up for the start has just evaporated from this contest. So they're both going to have to just grind their way into this now.
I don't think I've seen Joel Atkins misplace a pass like that all year.
No, that's
and that's what it's about. He's just after seeing his brother, of course, go off and knows his injury history. But this is a real opportunity now for both sides, because whoever can claim that energy will have a real opportunity for the rest of this first half.
First opportunity for the Uni-Norths Owls in Gungahlin territory. It's going to be a Gungahlin scrum feed, though.
Just wonder,
I thought there was an Eagles knock on and all that, but
I just wonder was Hogues just slightly in the way there. Maybe that contributed to Atkins misplacing his pass.
Yeah, righto. Might not be a bad call.
Surely we did, unless there was a stray hand in there as well.
Yeah, don't know. Either way, it's a Gungahlin throw into the scrum for Joel Atkins. He'll need to just put behind him the fact that his brother is now off and out of action for the day. Get back into the game. Has an important role to play as the Eagles halfback today. He'll feed 5 metres inside his own half, about 25 in from touch over the eastern side of Viking Park. Sonotti comes around the open side, bumps off Hamish Dawson in centre field. There's a short ball there for Levi Shaw. Atkins goes back to Walker, who just puts this ball up and lets the wind do the work. It's drifting. It's taken beautifully there by Callum Richardson on the eastern side. Comes up to the defensive line. Throws a great ball for Simone. He's got support on his outside. Doesn't go there. We've got a forward pass, though. That's interesting.
Just a slight knock on, I think was the call. Just a slight knock on in point contact.
Yeah, right.
Might have just bobbled it.
Bobbled into defender,
harsh, actually, to be honest. But just seeing there, Ira Simone in only a half metre of space, what he can do.
Yeah.
And when he's always looking to free up his arms too, Ira Simone.
And so Hamish Dawson is very clearly playing at fly half for Uni-Norths.
Well, it's kind of, as much as Ira Simone would be a great option there at 10, gives continuity to everything you've been doing during the week and the combination. So not a bad call from Sam Rolfe and the Uni-Norths Owls coaching team.
And I'm sure we'll see plenty of Jordan Thompson in at first receiver, particularly in attacking territory.
I think he's absolutely. He's still going to be the first kicking option, I imagine.
Atkins feeds for the Eagles, 5 in from in their own line, but about 8 metres in from touch eastern side. Ilalahia picks up, runs at Hamish Dawson. He is going to be in for a day of defence, no doubt. Replacement fly half for Uni-Norths. Scrappy ball. Joel Atkins really having to work hard for it. Stanley picks up and drives. He's shoved back on top of Ilalahia. They come wide through Walker. He just chips over the top. The Eagles have done well here through Ferreira and Max Bode. We've got penalty advantage, though. The Owls are on attack. Simone gets a little grubber kick through. It's off the shin of Matt Hawke, and we're going to come back for that high tackle in centre field. And I reckon the Owls will have a shot here.
Yeah, no, they like to take their threes when they're on offer, absolutely. But just seeing, again, the influence. Rocky Ilalahea comes off that scrum with good platform, gets a decent carry, but such is the work of the Owls at the breakdown. It becomes messy, and then Isaac Walker's got to think on his feet, tries a speculative chip kick, and then suddenly you're 3 points
And it wasn't
down.
a great chip kick, if we're going to be honest.
No, but I think he was under heaps of pressure, probably chose the wrong option.
Yeah, I think so.
But it all stems from that breakdown pressure.
There was space in behind the line if he wanted to kick, but it just didn't get on it. So Jordan Thompson instead will have a shot for 3 points. He'll be about 28 metres out, pretty well in front of the left-hand upright, kicking to the northern end of Viking Park. Thompson, the first score of the Hans Superdry elimination final. Hits it well enough. He does. Flags are up. Uni-Norths up 3-0 in the Hans Superdry elimination final.
Great nerve settler there for the Owls.
Yep.
Just, that'll be their path to victory, I think. Living off the mistakes of the Eagles, putting all the pressure on them at breakdown.
Atkins gets us back underway. It's taken well there by Josh Friend, about 15 metres into Uni-North's territory. Ferreira with the first hit up, just centering things for the Owls. They go back to Simone, who's taking on the first line kicking duties. Ball spins in front of Mac Hansen. He shapes the kick, comes to the grandstand side, passes to Walker, who gets a better kick down. That's taken well there by Josh Reese, just tracking backwards towards his 22. He's taken by Corey Toole, went a little bit high but pulled out, which is probably a good call. Crichton has this now for the Eagles. For the Owls, I'm going to do that a lot today, I can tell.
Battle of the Birds.
Battle of the Birds, yeah. Simone well held over there by Matt Hawke. Crichton comes to Ferreira. It's a ball in front of Isalili Far. Sankey had to clean up. This is Ferreira again. Big numbers in the ball carrying department. Phil Ferreira always has done. That ball has got away from Will Sankey though. And Gungahlin will have a scrum feed in good position.
Way too much football there from the Owls. With a left boot like Jordan Thompson, that's two phases, other end of the park. You've just got 3 points doing the exact same thing. Stick to what's been working. Yeah,
they played a lot of rugby to not make too much metres there.
Absolutely, and as I say, when you've got that option, I think the option was there. Eri Simone looked to clear, just didn't get
a lot of it. Yeah, ball sort of spun horizontally rather than end over end, so just didn't quite get enough of it, the inside centre.
Perfect chance to attack now for the Eagles. They featured Eli Sinoli and Rocky Ilala here early.
Yep.
Not seen much of Matt Hawke or Mac Hansen with ball in hand, or Josh Gillard for that fact.
Corey Toole directly off the back of the scrum here. He'd be probably 15 metres behind it. Walker and Gillard there in midfield. Short arm here to the Eagles. Ilahaya goes quicker. Comes up to the 22 before he's brought down. Into the 22, in fact, for the Eagles. Pick and drive here now. That ball's gone loose, though. And Uni-Norths again. Look at that. Just the back slaps.
Absolutely. Great spirit. You can see definitely a together team. A team that's grown together over the years. You look down through that list. A lot of familiar faces, guys who've played a lot of rugby together. Yeah. They haven't... they had a few injuries here and there, Uni-Norths, but these guys have all played a lot of rugby together this year. Yeah, and they're all coming back at the right time, the ones who did miss some time. So Crichton to feed about 25 metres in from touch eastern side. It'll be about 20 out from his own line. But Simone set to the short side over there. Dawson and Thompson here on the open side. I'm guessing a first phase Jordan Thompson left strike here. Looks like they're going to
play off the back of this scrum a bit. It's a big Eagles scrum. Uni-Norths having to work hard. Crichton gets the ball away to Dawson. He finds Jordan Thompson, who does get that big left foot onto this, and it just rolls down. Mac Hansen has to go back to his 22 to clean up. He's under a bit of pressure here now. Dennis Waite has him with Dave Bennett over the top. Hansen under a world of pressure here. The Owls have picked this up, have they? No, it's there for Sonotti. Josh Gillard into scrum half now. Atkins gets back. This ball has just gone straight up, though. Matt Hawke makes a contest of it. Oh, Jordan Thompson's come down. And this, to me, is eerily similar to a game between these two sides at ANU North last year.
Took the words out of my mouth. I was literally thinking, oh my God.
This is exactly what happened, and it was a red card for Matt Hawke that day.
I think this one is going to be a slightly more, as we'll probably listen in here if we can.
And the blue player taking the ball has gone over the blue player. So I'm going to start back here with. I'm happy to play there. Scrum to black. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, so
seems to be that he said that the Owls had some impact in Mac Hawke. You know,
let's just listen to Matt Hogan here.
So I've seen him going to you. Your player's gone over you. Okay. Yeah, but I thought it was out. So I'm playing on.
Yeah, and our comms just dropping out there a little bit. So Dave Bennett is trying to make the point that surely there's an angle of player safety here, but Matt Hogan is adamant that a Uni-Norths player has effectively.
I think honestly, from first view, it looked ugly because purely for the safety of Jordan Thompson. I have to agree with the decision by the referees out there. I thought Matt Hawke was challenging for the ball hard, actually flipped over an Owls player, and that caused it.
And the Owls player took Thompson's legs out from underneath him. Yeah.
Having said that, I am actually surprised to no penalty. I'm surprised to see that there's no penalty or not even a yellow for that.
Because the assessment of this, that in these contests where a player has his legs taken out, the first point of call is whether or not Matt Hawke in this situation was in a realistic position to challenge for it. And there's an argument there that he jumped from a distance.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, if anything, you could, if the decision was made, you could say he was reckless in charging in the way he did. But look, again, on first view, I thought penalty in yellow. I did think that there was definitely some interference there from an Owls player, accidentally, of course.
So Thompson is getting up.
Byron Hollingworth descent.
Yeah,
readying himself to come on. Didn't see a blue card 15. Out there.
No, there it is now. So Jordan Thompson out of the game.
That's a massive blow.
That is a huge blow for Uni-Norths now. So Byron Hollingworth descent will come on in 15. Jordan Thompson's day's done.
Well, to me now, Brett, that changes the way Uni-Norths have got to play with the attacking threat of Byron Hollingworth descent out there. They've probably got to play a little bit more rugby. And Eros Simone's really got to step up now as the kicking option.
Absolutely. So 20...
Callum Richardson just slipping back to fullback. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, so Hollingworth descent has gone over to the right wing. Dawson stays at 10. Yeah, Callum Richardson slipped back to fullback.
Losing two of your main playmakers out there.
This will be a test for the Owls, no doubt about it. It's a big scrum here for the Eagles going forward. Atkins has the ball now. Unloads to Walker, who gets a kick downfield. Makes Richardson work for this. This is going to roll. How far will it roll, though? It's going to roll all the way. So Isaac Walker now knows he's got to make a bit of an adjustment there.
Well, it was the right option, I think, from the Eagles. Putting Callum Richardson right under pressure straight away.
It's not, again, there is a little bit of breeze here today, but it's not nearly as strong as yesterday. But Isaac Walker has one of the biggest kicks in
world rugby,
probably Australian rugby, if we're honest. So, it wasn't a ball that held up in the wind of the breeze. It just rolled.
I think honestly, mate, he was about 2 meters away from putting that in the 5 meter channel.
Yeah,
it was the right option, just slightly miscued, or just got the wrong bounce, even overcooked it. But a big let off and and a massive little boost for ours, given they've
and now
just
there's a
lost
little
Jordan
opportunity
Thompson.
here for them. So Richardson has stationed himself directly off the back of the scrum. Simone is wide on the eastern side. Dawson and Waite here on the grandstand side.
Numbers
Crichton
up here for
to
ours on the
feed.
side.
It's a big scrum for Uni-Norths. They've got this going forward. They've got it going
Great
forward
scrum.
beautifully. Controlled at the back nicely by Ben Love. They've got penalty advantage. Ben Love picks up. Crichton throws a wide ball over here to Josh Rees, who bumps off the tackle of Corey Toole. He's still going here, Josh Rees. Gets up and goes again. He's still going, and he's going to get held up over the line eventually. He's been pushed back into the field of play. Crichton has to work hard here now. Finds Ferreira with a crash ball. Ferreira only half a metre short. Crichton goes to Bennett, who's had his legs chopped. Another penalty advantage here for Uni-Norths. That one we might know more about. Crichton still playing here. Goes wide to Dawson, has to pick up on the bounce. That's a high tackle from Josh Gillard in centre field. I think we're up to about our third penalty advantage here now. Simone in midfield. Steps right, left. Keeps going here. Right, Simone's brought down 4 short. Crichton keeps going to that side. Good carry there from Sankey. But throws a ball over the top. Richardson and Bennett have got in their way. That ball's been knocked forward. We're going to go back to one of the 2 or 3 penalty advantages we were playing.
I wonder, is there going to be a conversation here?
Which one is it going to be?
Has to be the Alex Small
this one up again.
Smalley. Okay, the first one against you over here. The second one over here for your high tackle. Me? That's 2 in a row.
Okay, so Alex Small does get the yellow card.
I don't think it was him the second time, but
No,
I think
it was Gillard.
It was definitely Gillard, but the first one was probably merit enough.
The first one was Alex Small taking out Dave Bennett's legs. It was Gillard who went high just in front of the post where that penalty has been played.
So maybe a little bit of confusion there. Probably the right result in the end is, say, Small offside and definitely no attempt to wrap. So massive opportunity and a must-score opportunity situation for Els. Given that they've lost 2 big players, they're not going to get many opportunities like this.
They'll have to bring on a replacement player here now.
It's going to be Connor Jones.
Connor Jones, yeah, it is in number 19 for the Owls. They'll have to drop a flanker off. So I think that's going to be via Loa coming off the back, yeah.
Connor Jones, an excellent Cole player the last couple of seasons, his first season as a senior player, transitioning to hooker from back row.
He's had a busy weekend. He played Colts yesterday, didn't he?
He's an extra back row and another extra back row out there for the Eagles. Very similar to his opposite number now, James Lynch.
So Uni-Norths forwards have got their tail up after that last scrum that really just propelled them. It threw them into attacking territory. It's a huge scrum.
Similar to Sione Mayo yesterday. If Max Bode can allow his chest to get up and the height to raise, he's too strong. He'll go straight through, and that's what happened on that last one. We'll see if it happens again.
So Crichton to feed. 20 in from touch, 5 out. Grandstand side of Viking Park, and this Owl scrum is going forward again. They've got penalty advantage. Crichton picks up, finds Josh Ress. He's lost the ball in contact. Will come back for the penalty.
Have to take another.
Yeah. They could get a front row, another front row. Yeah. So Uni-North scrum working an absolute treat here in the Hahn Superdry qualifying final.
They seem to be just... I wouldn't call it legal, but they're definitely shearing across and trying to create that separation.
Just trying to get that,
absolutely, and putting all the pressure down Nick Dobson's side, and it's working a treat so far.
And then powering through
absolutely.
it. Yeah. Getting really good shove from their second row.
Takes real coaching and real work to do something like that, Brett. It's so impressive to see from Els.
Sam Rolfe's done a good job with him.
Ellie Stinotti defending at number 8. Mac Hansen assuming the position at left wing. Actually, Isaac Walker on the right-hand wing for Gungahlin as well.
Crichton's eyeing off that little gap there too. It's a better scrum from the Eagles. Uni-Norths have that ball there. The Eagles have really had to work hard for it. Picked up at the back by Ben Love. He's brought down by Ilalahia. They've lost a few metres here, Uni-Norths, but they're on attack again. Short ball to Simone, who's only a metre or 2 short now. Crichton finds Ferreira. Backs his way into the Gungahlin defenders. Crichton goes open side again. Dawson under pressure. Byron Hollingworth-Desson has to run back to clean up, and they've just lost 20 metres in the process now, Uni-Norths. Ball spills loose on the Gungahlin side, and we're going to have a full-arm penalty for Gungahlin driving in from the side of that ruck. So now what do?
I think you probably go to the line here. I'm not sure who
in the tram tracks over there.
Absolutely. I don't know who the assumed goal kicker. Callum Richardson will swing his foot at one, and so will Leroy Simone.
I think I've got a memory that Hamish Dawson might kick a bit.
Yeah, the couple of options out there, as you see. Simone. I think now, Brad, given that's happened, you just take your option now.
Yep.
Just go for the tries.
Yep, that's it. Simone's touch finder is a good one there on the far side. Of attacking line out. About 15 out. Eastern side of Viking Park. We've had 25 minutes of the Hahn Superdry Elimination Final underway.
Mac Hansen in a world of trouble.
Doesn't look in a good way, does he, here on the open side? We'll keep an eye on that.
Reese has spotted it as well.
Friend, and they come wide here to Richardson. Josh Reese has absolutely spotted that. He wants wide ball out here. Uni-Norths, if they can get it to him. Crichton goes short to Ferreira. Just been so strong in the carrying today.
If they go, they
Crichton
will score.
Goes to Sankey. Sankey could be there. Sankey is there for Uni-Norths. Uni-Norths score the first try of the qualifying final.
What a finish from Sankey in the end. Took the contact, wriggled through, got his big paw out there, applied the finish really well, and an absolute reward for this last little period for Uni-North. I was so impressed, losing two of your best players, just gathering themselves and going for it again off that strong pack. Real statement from the Uni-North Owls. And they had to come away with points, Brett. They're not.
Yeah.
There's going to be times in this game when the Eagles are going to have their tails up. They've got to take points from opportunities. Saw yesterday that it often comes down to that in these games, taking opportunities when you get them. So really impressed. Great score from the Uni-North Owls. There's
our earlier question answered. Iro Simone has stepped up to take the kicking. We'll take this little break to thank our competition partners from 2019, Griffin Legal, the John O. Dent Cup naming rights sponsors. Hahn Superdry brought you the match of the round every weekend and will do through the final series. And we thank as well Rourke Projects, True Fit and Hill, PTP, McDonald's ACT, O'Neill's and Poplars. Simone lines up on the 22. Hits it well, curving around but not enough. Flags stay down. Score remains 8-0 to Uni-Norths over Gungahlin in the Hahn Superdry elimination final. 15 minutes to play in this second half. First half, sorry.
No movement on the Gungahlin bench yet. Mac Hansen just holding his right hip area there. Hopefully he can continue as one he can run off. But as I say, no movement on the Gungahlin bench. Plenty of options available if Hansen will be out of this game.
Underway again. Ball is spilled to the Gungahlin side. Comes wide. Hansen is not going to be able to go on. He's passed that ball to Walker and just gone straight down in his haunches. That ball's gone into touch. We might just swing back to the Gungahlin half, and Mac Hansen has just gone down. There's a trainer with him here now.
There's something seriously wrong with Mac. I think he's got to come off the park.
He's come away from the trainer. He's trying to get back into position, but he's certainly not comfortable, that's for sure. Lynch throws in for Uni-North. Max Bowe does well to clean up the overthrow at the back. This is Dennis Waite in midfield. We need to see a little bit more from him, you would think, today as well. Ball goes back to Simone, who gets a big right boot onto it. Finds Walker just inside the Gungahlin half. Walker comes open to give himself a bit more room. Passes to Atkins. This is Corey Toole, who's got Hansen on his outside. Doesn't use him.
Dennis Waite now down in back play.
Yeah, he's not in a good way. Uni-North's trainer with him. This has been... It's been a real battle of attrition, and Mac Hansen has just gone down again in the forefield there. Walker just puts the ball in the air. Hollingworth Descent has to go back. We might be able to just hear Sam Rolfe saying, "Run it, boys." Uni-North's coach up here on the roof with us at Viking Park. Done well here, Uni-North. Is still going there. It's a good run from Josh Reese over on the right-hand side of the field. Crichton comes open side. Finds Dawson. He goes across the face of Ferreira and finds Sankey, the try scorer. Good carry here from Richardson.
The bravery of Mac Hansen continue right now. Incredible.
Gillard did well to hold him up there. Dawson finds Phil Ferreira, who bounces off the tackle. Keeps going. Eagles had their hands on this. Ball is there. Crichton has to dig hard. Lynch, Bennett taken high there by Gillard. We've got penalty advantage though now for Uni-Norths. Ball comes back for Dawson. On Simone out the back. It's a little kick over to the top here. Can the bounce for Ben Love? It can. Ben Love picks up himself, barrels through Matt Hawke, who holds on and brings the Uni-Norths number 8 down to ground. Dawson has to get in there and play scrum half. Finds Crichton. Bode gets away from the tackle of Levi Shaw. They're just short of the 22 now.
Josh Reich begging for this ball on this left-hand side.
Dawson getting more into the game now for Uni-Norths.
Can you get Harry to check comms the next break and play?
Good short ball down. Puts Ben Love away. Ben Love is going to score in the corner for Uni-Norths. Well, haven't we just had a little moment?
Well, ever since Jordan Thompson's come off the park, the messages has been there from Uni-Norths House, play footy. And they spread it wide in the first instance too. Ben Love was met by Matt Hawke, but he made no mistake with the second effort. What a finish from the number 8 on the right-hand edge. Kieran Reid style at Viking Park. And as you see...
It really was, yeah.
Well, both teams were kind of at 6s and 7s there, Brett. Mac Hansen down, Dennis Waite down. But ultimately it's Owls who made the most of it. And it's just a great score again from Uni-Norths. Well, we talked about their kicking game, but since they've started playing football, they're absolutely brilliant.
They do. I mentioned it before, Hamish Dawson getting more involved at first receiver.
Well, they've brought on 2 real attacking players in Dawson and Hollingworth Descent, so I don't mind the change of philosophy. It had to happen, and it's working for them so far.
It certainly is. Lead 13-0, kick to come. Euro Simone, he's taken this ball about 25 metres back.
Jamie Cotts onto the field from Mac Hansen.
Yeah, and that's not a bad replacement either, but Mac Hansen certainly tried to keep going, but there was just no way.
I hope to send a message out to Mac. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
Seemed to be a weird one as we see Simone's conversion just flash past that right-hand post.
Again, yeah.
Gungahlin, 10-point shift.
Score remains 13-0.
That yellow card to Small.
He's still got... Where are we? Yeah, he should be back on the field now. Is he, Alex Small?
Yeah, just returned to the field.
Yeah. 13-0. Uni-Norths lead. Gungahlin in the Hahn Superdry Elimination Final. Winner to take on Tuggeranong next weekend in the preliminary final. And Uni-Norths, their ball carriers are really starting to do a job now. Ferreira has been enormous through this first half hour of play. Richardson now, plenty of experience from him as well. Ball has spilled loose out the back, and it's come off a Gungahlin player. Matt Hogan's ruling there.
Legal at the breakdown just came off. I think it might have been Lua Vailoloa's hands at the ruck. It's interesting, Brett. We talked about depth pre-game.
We did.
And it seems to be that's what it's going to come down to. Which side can deal with these injuries and this adversity. It's been ours so far.
So Jamie Cotts in 21 is on for Gungahlin. He's slotted straight into fullback for Mac Hansen. We mentioned a few weeks ago that Gungahlin, the second grade side, a lot of those guys have played a lot of first grade.
Absolutely, and, undefeated up until yesterday.
They're going to need that experience for the rest of this afternoon.
Even after the injuries, they've still got Ali Nahi on the bench as an option to come on.
They have.
Matt Clifton as well.
Clifton to go as well, yeah. So Crichton feeds, 15 in from touch, 35 out from his own line. Peels out to Simone, who just kicks this one downfield. Lets it go. Corey Toole and Jamie Cotts getting back to clean up. Cotts is there. He's going to try and put this up near us. And it's not going to find touch. Does well there. Does Phil Ferreira. Throws a wide ball to Crichton in midfield. He finds Richardson, who gets a little kick for the corner. Ball's going to roll away. It's going to be a foot race. Josh Gillard is there. Is it going to go touch in goal? Oh, Richardson. Wasn't much in that.
Geez, that was brave from Josh Gillard. Callum Richardson closing very fast on him.
I wonder if he knew how far behind him Callum Richardson was.
It was casual. Well, it's worked out for his team, but yeah, that definitely was casual. Love the option off the scrum, though. Straight to Simone, opposite end of the... Change the point of attack there with the kick. Brilliant. Great option from Uni-Norths.
Good little kick from Richardson. It's over club,
as well,
but it was just a good little option. And he and Hollingworth Descent over there on the far side chased it beautifully.
Just playing the smarter footy.
Yeah, they are.
They really are through this first half.
Holding on to possession, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their possession numbers for the last 10 or 15 minutes would be really good.
Kicking when it's the right option to kick. We said since they shift that, when we said they were playing too much footy in their own area, haven't done it since.
No, that's right. Yeah, they're playing the right amount of football in the right area of the field. So it's a big scrum again from Uni-Norths. Ilalahi has to pick off the back for the Eagles. Gets down and through the first tackle. Brought down. Uni-Norths appealing there. This is Gillard in midfield. Dummies to Hawk. Goes again. Gillard belted over the top there by Dave Bennett. Tristan Stanley barreled through the ruck as well. Vailoa with a strong carry. Penalty advantage here now for the Eagles. Atkins finds Nick Dobson. And now Sonotti did look a little bit forward. That pass, been allowed to play on though. It was a good carry from Sonotti. Atkins goes wide to Levi Shaw. Great tackle from the Uni-Norths forwards in centre field. Just barreled the big lock back. Fanukitau now.
Great line
to Ben Love. They're not making big territory here as Ray Dobson does it now for the Eagles. Ilalahia this time. Bennett and Sankey get up on him quickly. Atkins finds the captain, Alex Small. Ball goes loose. Ball's kicked through there by Josh Friend, but not...
Yeah, coming back for an earlier penalty there.
Yeah, that's it. Come back for that early penalty advantage.
And now, given pretty much everything's gone the L's way on the park, not in the injury stakes.
Isaac Walker doesn't muck around. He just puts this ball into touch. And you were going to say they've just got to go for the line, haven't you?
I'm just saying now with a real chance to bring this game to one score, having not really had much go their way so far, Eagles.
Haven't played a lot of rugby for the last probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Attacking line out throw here for Alex Small. 10 out from the Uni-North line. Throwing to a six-man arrangement. It's taken well there in the middle. They drop straight down to this line-out drive. Uni-Norths have done well to stall it, though. Ball goes to ground. Joel Atkins has to dig in here for it. They've got penalty advantage here now, the Eagles. Walker now puts a little chip kick in over the top. Crichton does well there in front of his own post, but will come back for the penalty. And are we just going to have a conversation here? Matt Hogan calling out Dave Bennett. I suspect it's a conversation about the way that line-out drive was stopped.
Well, I think the call from Uni-Norths was that player was part of the maul, therefore didn't have to roll, but it had collapsed and then there had been a breakdown. So I think it might have been Josh Friend in there trying to be clever, trying to get his body in the way, but bad timing leads to a penalty and an interesting call from Gungahlin.
This is an interesting call. I think they might have gone for the line. They certainly backed their scrum, no doubt, but I thought they might have wanted another crack at it.
Maybe the higher option, higher percentage play here.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
As I say, they don't have it quite in tune yet, Gungahlin, at scrum time, but when it's right, it's devastating.
So Atkins to feed. 6 or 7 metres out, 15 in from touch. Southern end of Viking Park. Down 13-0 in the Hahn Superdry elimination final. Gungahlin.
Solid
scrum not going anywhere. This Uni-North scrum well and truly up to the contest. Atkins has to get in and get this ball out. Walker goes short to Gillard, who's met nicely in midfield by Simone.
We'll keep it simple here, Gungahlin.
Atkins goes short to Fanukitau. It's through the tackle of Josh Friend. A few metres short. Ilalahia. Can he get over the top? Rocky Ilalahia. They keep going down the short side through Levi Shaw it is. Ball's there for Atkins. He's pushed off and they'll win a penalty here. And there might be more of this. Matt Hogan having just said to Dave Bennett that there's too much of it going on, is just reiterating that point he made before. And here comes the yellow card.
Dennis Waite.
And it's for Dennis Waite.
still time remaining here. It's got to be another scrum for Gungahlin. They do call it. Uni-Norths absolutely rock solid. Gungahlin laid the marker down. Uni-Norths accepted the challenge and they absolutely didn't budge.
Big attacking opportunity now for Gungahlin. Their back line is set up.
Eyes on Ellie Sonotti
wide
here.
and deep. Yeah, Sonotti just directly behind Josh Gillard in centre field.
We said they'd set up the punch with Sonotti earlier. Just wonder, will they think about going wide to Cotts? Absolute demon one-on-one with his footwork, Jamie Cotts.
Atkins feeds 15 in from touch, 5 out from the Uni-Norths line. Again, the Owls scrum is up to this. Walker has this now. Gillard goes to Snoddy at the back, but the ball's gone behind the left winger. Uni-Norths, little moral victory in defence there. Ilalati has just charged over the top of that ruck. Atkins comes short side to Fanukitau. He's stopped by Simone and Ferreira. Ball spills out. Uni-Norths have this now. Gets a little offload away, but Corey Toole has it now for the Eagles. He's stopped beautifully by Phil Ferreira. But 90 seconds to go before half-time, and Uni-Norths win the turnover penalty. Irai Simone in there, and its temper's just fraying a little bit here.
I can't believe it's taken this long.
Well, it's a fair point that you make. Tristan Stanley and Irai Simone just having a little come together there. But Simone's work over the ball there to win a crucial turnover penalty.
Absolutely. You're talking about the difference between 13-0 going into the second half and possibly another score.
13-5 or 13-7.
Absolutely brilliant from Simone.
Simone to kick for touch here on the grandstand side. We've got a minute 20 left on the clock. He's eyeing us off here. This is yours. That's on our roof. There it is.
Wasn't scared at all.
I'm telling you, we're a sitting target up here. Kicks that close to the touchline on the grandstand side. Lynch to throw in now. They go to
great line
Sankey down the back. They're just doing it well at the moment. Up they Uni-Norths. It's Ferreira in midfield. Runs into Tristan Stanley there. Just testing the Eagles lock, the patience of it. Good short ball there from Ben Love to James Lynch. Still short of halfway. Crichton just sorting out his forward runners. They go to Friend. Arm snuck up there. Hard work there from Levi Shaw. This is Ferreira again.
Eagles have to sort that out in the second half. That's 5 or 6 high shots in this game.
Yeah. A few tackles just creeping up, aren't they? They go short, good, quick hands between the forwards. Josh Friend does well with the leg drive to find another extra few metres. This is Bennett now. The Eagles' defence has been really good here. Uni-Norths really haven't made any ground, but they will now through a penalty for that earlier high tackle. Matt Hogan did see it. The half-time bell just goes below us.
Geez, they're lucky, Uni-Norths.
Crichton takes the kick and just puts this one into touch, and Uni-Norths will take a very well-deserved 13-0 lead into the half-time break here at Viking Park in the Hun Superdry Elimination Final. It's been an enthralling, intriguing first half of rugby.
So I feel like I've been here for an hour and a half, honestly.
Yes.
With the injuries and the sorting out the combinations.
And look, it's nearly 4:10, so that first half with the injury breaks and all that has taken nearly an hour. So,
well, I think it's ultimately come down to that Uni-Norths have executed and Gungahlin just haven't. In the finer details, Uni-Norths brilliant at the breakdown. They took their tries brilliantly. 2 real opportunities they had, and they took both of them perfectly. And then in and around, just exiting, kicking has been very good. I think Gungahlin at times haven't used Walker enough to play the corners and put Owls under pressure.
And the few times they have gone to Walker and he has kicked, he's not necessarily kicked well or kicked the right option at the time. So
I think they're not setting things up well enough. They're just putting it back to him and saying,
just do something,
get us out of here.
Yeah. And he's in a little bit of two minds as to whether they should attack or whether they just play the territory game as well. So it has been a intriguing contest here at Viking Park in the Hahn Superdry Elimination Final. Uni-Norths 13, lead Gungahlin 0. It all started in the 14th minute with a penalty to Jordan Thompson. And then a yellow card in the 21st minute to Alex Small. and Uni-Norths took advantage of that. A try in the 25th minute to Will Sankey. Simone missed the conversion. Ben Love scored in the 29th minute in the corner, and that was 13-0. And then just before half-time, a yellow card to Dennis Waite. But the first half has been about injuries, Ryan. We've had Willow Axelson went off early after a heavy knock. Jordan Thompson went off probably 15 minutes of play ago. And, of course, Tane Atkins, the Eagles' open side flanker in between those two injuries. So three players off the blue cards. And Mac Hansen as well. Yeah, quite true. So both sides down injury or player have had to go to their bench early.
Well, it's interesting. You would have looked at those injuries and said Eagles had the more like-for-like replacements that could just slip in and do the same role, whereas Owls would have more of a tough change given that Dawson and Hollingworth Descent coming on to two vastly different players than the ones they replaced. Lost, and yet it's Owls who have dealt with that way better. They clearly just changed their mindset. We heard it from Sam Rolfe. Tack, run it. They've changed their tack. And they've got those players. And they're doing what they have to. I'm just so impressed because honestly the writing was on the wall there. When Thompson went off, Axelson was one thing. Losing Thompson, who the whole game plan seemed to be centred around, I just thought that might be a bridge too far, even at that early stage. But I'm just so impressed. You see Simone there barking orders in midfield.
And we said it. Yeah, we said it during the call. It's been Simone, it's been Callum Richardson, it's been Hamish Dawson has stepped into first receiver at fly half, and he's doing a job. He's doing a good job.
Absolutely. It seems like everyone's lifted. Dave Bennett has been absolutely everywhere in defence. Ben Love with his try and just his general attack.
Ben Love and Phil Ferreira's ball carrying numbers in the back half of the first half would be
massive.
A dozen or 15 each.
Josh Friend in attack.
Yeah.
Will Sankey, of course, got the try. The whole front row doing a great job up front at scrum time, dealing with the Dobson brothers and Alex Small.
Really working well as a unit. It's a
whole team performance.
Interesting. But so both teams have stayed out on Viking Park here. We've just got the Gungahlin huddle over there toward the clubhouse side of things. Uni-Norths are a little bit closer to us here at the northern end.
One of they just trying to stay in the slightly warmer zone?
That's sort of where I was heading.
It's the only thing that makes sense, eh?
The other thing that I've noticed is that the Eagles stayed together as a unit, whereas if we just swing around to the northern end, we can see that Uni-Norths have actually split off into forwards and backs now after they had the initial chat.
Most would split like that, but I do find that interesting that Marco Caputo wanted the whole team together as one, making sure
that everyone's getting the message.
Absolutely, and I think it tells you how he feels that first half went, that it's not about technicalities, it's not about the finer details. This is about getting back to how they do things and just staying composed as a unit, because that's what it seemed at times. They're just one-up runners, not really playing that cohesive game style that we know Gungahlin can play. You
would have to think Gungahlin have to be the first scorers in this second half.
I say have to, but yeah, almost.
Yeah,
I still
really
think
got that feel about it.
It does, only for the fact that they've still got so much quality out there.
Yeah.
In the likes of Corey Till, Sonotti, Cutts, guys that can score from anywhere. But the way Uni-Norths are playing, but you don't want to be in a hole
if
against
Uni-Norths get out to 18 or 20-0, I just wonder what it does for the Eagles' mindset.
100%, and especially because they're such a good defensive team too. Yeah. They're hard to break down.
What I do think we'll see from Uni-Norths in this second half now is they will take points wherever and whenever and however they're offered
100%. If the game's in their hands now, 13-0 with the way they structure their game, they've just got to keep to their structures, keep to their and just hold on.
They still know that they can play a territory game. There's still a territory game they can play. It's just it might not be as much territory as with Jordan Thompson's boot, but they can still play it.
Well, we saw Simone on a number of occasions. More than capable.
Yeah,
He definitely
doesn't do a lot of tactical kicking, but he's clearly got it in his game.
Absolutely. No, he's a multifaceted player, Simone, as we see Waite.
So Matt Hogan
just serving the rest of his yellow card as well here, mate.
Dennis Waite will take his seat just in front of the grandstand here at Viking Park. Matt Hogan and his assistants have made their way back onto the ground. And we'll be just about ready to get us underway again in the Hahn Superdry Elimination Final. Uni-Norths 13 lead Gungahlin 0 as Isaac Walker gets us back underway. Puts that ball up into the wind and is taken well there by Uni-Norths. Off the shoulder of Josh Friend and Isaleli Farr in behind. just took the rebound, and Uni-Norths just slipping into their structures again as Simone gets this kick downfield. Walker is back there, throws a long ball in centre field to Kotz. He's going to kick for the vacant corner. Crichton's going to get back there for Uni-Norths. That ball just holds up nicely. Crichton has lost the ball sideways in contact. Kotz has shuffled Byron Hollingworth Descent off the ball, and Matt Hogan says we will play that knock on. Ball set up beautifully for Crichton, but Jamie Kotz made the play with 100%. His kick chase.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. These little moments are the things that Gungahlin live off. They're often a team that if they can get one thing going for them, then another happens and another happens. They're a juggernaut. They build.
Yep.
So if you're Uni-Norths, it's going to be about not beating yourself. Little things, that's unfortunate for Crichton. I think that was a really tough bounce, double bounce, and as you say, the pressure on from
first bounce was good. It was the second bounce that brought him undone, wasn't it? Never trust the second bounce, they say.
That's it. You've just got to be just as composed as you can for Uni-Norths, not do anything special.
Atkins feeds 12 in from touch. This
Much
Eagle scrum going forward. Ilalahia controlling beautifully. They've got full arm advantage. They break off through Sonotti. That's been intercepted in midfield by Dawson, and he had an open line. He was going to be running straight towards the Gungahlin supporters, but Matt Hogan says, no, we'll come back for that scrum penalty advantage we were playing.
I don't know if he'd have been caught. I don't honestly. Kotz had an angle, but I don't think he would have been caught there. Interesting.
Really well read, though.
It was.
Wasn't it?
Well, Sonotti wouldn't be known for his off left-hand pass, so it's good read from Dawson, but Marco Caputo, given time to get some messages on, has clearly put some fixes into that Gungahlin scrum. Much more tight there, much lower into contact.
Isaac Walker, a little chip kick for touch.
He's got to be careful of his.
Yeah, he's got a wonderful kicking game.
To his right foot there,
and he's just sort of chipped. It's the sort of kick that can curve in the air. Well, I don't know why he wouldn't just try and drill the corner anyway. They throw in and they line out drive is going well.
Great set.
Yeah, got the transition working really well. Ilalahi's peeled off, and Ilalahi's going to score for Gungahlin. Well, that was a little bit too easy.
Again, words out of my mouth, man. It seemed that Uni-Norths just let that mull form. They didn't sack it, stand off. I do wonder, was there a miscommunication at the back there? Because some seem to engage, some seem to stand off. No one hit it with any aggression whatsoever. And it just allowed to form. And then Rocky Lilahia,
just said, I'll have that, yeah. So a good fight back from Gungahlin. They are the first to score in the second half of the Hahn Superdry elimination final.
Worst possible start if you're a Uni-Norths Owls fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just the way Eagles lifted there.
This is an important conversion for Isaac Walker. Could get them back within a converted try.
Absolutely. First of the day for Isaac Walker as well.
His kick's back about 24 back from the Uni-Norths line. He's about 6 metres in from touch. Kicking out of the shadows here at Viking Park. Walker's conversion is to the left, but fades back. Flags are up. And he does convert. 13-7 the score now. Still in favour of Uni-Norths, but an important conversion from Isaac Walker.
He's added that to his game this year. Isaac Walker coming in his second year in senior rugby. Obviously an incredible talent off his boot, but goal kicking was something that he really works hard on, and you've seen the benefit of it now. And
absolutely.
I just have to say, since he's been given that 10 jersey by Marco Caputo, he's grown in stature every week. So impressed with him.
Simone gets us back underway, goes longer inside the 22 here. Walker has it this time, taken well there by Ferreira, brought down just short of the 22. Atkins kicks from the base of the scrum, and the ball does find touch just short of halfway. Not a bad result in the end. Under plenty of pressure, Joel Atkins.
Yeah, he did well. He got it out very, very quickly. Tell you what, Eagles mightn't have mind that ball to stay in field. It was close. Lockie Crichton under heaps of pressure once again.
Taken well at the top by Bennett at the front of the Uni-Norths line out. Crichton comes wide to Simone at first receiver, runs straight at Alex Small. Good ground for Uni-Norths. They've got front foot ball. This is Sankey. Good carry. It was Josh Friend, I beg your pardon. Gungahlin might have turned this, have they? No, ball is out the back. James Lynch has to work hard for it. Now he's in trouble, James Lynch, and he's played that on the ground. The Eagles win the penalty.
Yeah. Questionable whether there was a few lying bodies there, firstly, but the second counter-ruck from the Eagles was brilliant. Perfectly timed from Tristan Stanley, I think, right in the middle there.
Ilalahia had got his hands on the ball and just drove forward from it. He's had to work hard for it, though. He's just gone down his haunches there in midfield, just directly behind Isaac Walker. Walker. Again, ball just being held up on the breeze. He has found touch over on the far side, but you can see the assistant referee has come back probably 15 metres from where he was expecting that Isaac Walker touch finder.
I think most guys off a midfield penalty wouldn't get it that far.
Yeah. So small to throw in. 30 metres out from the Uni-Norths line, eastern side of Viking Park. They go to the front, and it's been missed. It's been pinched by Uni-Norths. Great work. That was Will Sankey. This is Friend, his lock partner. They've been really good today, the two Uni-Norths locks. Dawson finds Simone, goes wide to Richardson. Still no Dennis Waite. Richardson in a bit of space here. Wants Hollingworth Descent to go infield. Takes the ball into contact. Ultimately does Richardson. Crichton has to dig hard for it. Simone did good work there. Dawson, tackled well there by Matt Hawke. Phil Ferreira there with the clean out as well. Lynch runs into the Eagles defenders. Uni-Norths really stepping up their attacking clean out work here now. Dawson's ball wasn't great, but Simone has done a good job to bring it in. Trying to be dragged into touch there by Kotz. Crichton has it now. Finds Ferreira with Bode and Sankey behind him. 15 in from touch, 30 out. Lynch has it now for Uni-Norths in centre field. Still about 25 out. Dawson goes wide to Richardson. Throws a nice ball to Josh Friend. They're getting into the right areas here now. Uni-Norths, penalty advantage to them now. And there is the penalty from Matt Hogan. Do they take the 3 here now? This is the test of how they're going to play it.
I think absolutely you take 3 here. Settle everything down. You've earned your right to add 3 points. If it doesn't go over, you get the extra shot at the ball anyway. Absolutely you take 3 here.
Yeah, Uni-Norths coach Sam Rolfe giving them signals from up here.
Well, having shipped the 7, it's as you say, it's a free shot to add points back and to just stem the flow of Gungahlin once again. So absolutely right option here.
Ira Simone will step up and have a shot at penalty goal. 9 minutes into the second half here at Viking Park. In the Hahn Superdry Elimination Final, Uni-Norths leading Gungahlin 13-7.
Again,
lights are on here at Viking Park.
Just so impressed with the way Uni-Norths have responded after shipping that 7 when it seemed they seemed to have lost a little bit of spark. Raised their
carried
game
well,
again.
yeah, 100%. Just found that gear, didn't they?
Eagles have noticeably upped their aggression in defence, so despite the chance now for ours to shift this out to 9 points, got a real game on our hands here, Brett.
We absolutely have. Simone with an important penalty for Uni-Norths. Hits it well. Assistant referees haven't moved. Flags are up. A great kick from Ira Simone. Puts the Eagles, the Owls, out to a 16-7 lead in the elimination final.
The radar had been off for Simone, but when it really counted, stood up, big kick.
Kicks with a bit of right to left draw. But got it in the right spot. Walker's restart is going to come down with snow on it. Dave Bennett has done a beautiful job in bringing that ball to ground safely. Crichton finds Ferreira, who's hit high again by Ray Dobson. We've got penalty advantage. It's been an easy exit for Uni-Norths, and Ira Simone says, we will have that easy exit, thanks.
Again, brilliant from Simone.
That's clever, isn't it?
100%.
It's just smart.
You take another 30 seconds off the clock.
Yep.
You don't waste any energy.
He had plenty of time. He could have kicked that if he wanted, but
100%.
he's taken the percentage play. He can really work hard on his kick here now.
And
Doesn't have to worry about the pressure.
Psychologically, you say, thank you very much, we'll take our 3. We'll keep going.
Absolutely. Yeah, good message of intent.
Poor discipline from Gungahlin.
We mentioned it before half-time that tackles were creeping up, and that would be... It'd have to be half a dozen now.
7 or 8, 100%. And all the same one, just slightly slipping up.
Slipping up, exactly right. Lynch throws in.
Well done.
Gungahlin have done really well from Stanley out the back. Missed opportunity for Uni-Norths perhaps. Ilalahia comes back toward where that line out went down. Does well to get ball back for Atkins. Goes wide to Walker. This is Gillard now. Hawke has it. He finds Corey Toole there on the open side. Had Jamie Cotts with him.
Slow to react, Gungahlin.
Slow ball too for the Eagles. There's a pass that looked slightly forward from Walker. Ball spills out from Levi Shaw. It's messy now for the Eagles. Uni-Norths, Sonotti's in a little bit of space here though. Makes those metres back for the Eagles. Can they reset? Uni-North's line is set though. Hawke has this. He says, let's get out of here. But it's been... Oh, Gillard has picked it up off the deflection off Uni-North. Finds Atkins on the inside in support. Yes. Atkins is going to get into the Uni-North 22. Gungahlin all of a sudden find themselves on attack. Gillard has it now. It's a poor pass. Corey Toole has to pick it up on the bounce. Cotts has it. He's shipped a metre in contact. Uni-North looking to try and find a turnover here. The Eagles have it still. This is Fanukitau. Brought down nicely by Bennett and Crichton. Atkins finds Nick Dobson. They go wide here through Sonotti, who's brought down beautifully in midfield by Dawson. Dobson peels away, runs into Ben Love. He's knocked and stopped in his tracks. Uni-Norths have won, have got this, have they? No, penalty advantage now to the Eagles. Ilalahia picks up, drives backwards in reverse, and he's brought down 4 short. Gungahlin deep on attack here now. Fanukitau picks up, can't get forward. Dobson has a crack. They're still going here, the Eagles. Only a metre or two in it. Not much in this at all now. Ilalahi's going to pick up and go again. Ben Love is there. Ferreira is there. Has he got the ball down? He has. Ilalahia scores again for the Eagles.
Well, it doesn't matter. Year on year on year. Rocky Ilalahia scores tries from close range in a Gungahlin Eagles shirt. What an incredible comeback once again this year. Completely off the radar. Comes back into the side. 2 tries on finals day.
And I said it, Gungahlin sort of almost accidentally found themselves on attack.
Well, it was accidental, but you saw, Brett, first off, they were playing right into the out defensive line.
Yeah.
Playing right into their hands. As soon as they started to vary the attack, play with some width, then the lucky breaks start happening. And they get that bubble to Gillard.
Matt Hawke's kick was charged down, and Gillard picked it up, and they were straight on attack. So Walker's conversion from only about 6 metres back. He didn't take it back very far at all. So Walker converts, and all of a sudden we have a 2-point game.
I wonder now if Eagles just start to get their tails up and they noticed what started to happen there when they played with some variation. If you want to run a short line into Phil Ferreira, Will Sankey, Israel Max Bode, Dave Bennett, they'll have it all day. If you want to move them around, that's when you're going to start to see those gaps and let the likes of Matt Hawke. We've only said Matt Hawke and Josh Gillard's name a handful of times all day.
Yeah, it's a good point. Simone gets us underway again. Great contest over there from Byron Hollingworth-Descent. Josh Reeson I beg your pardon. Brought to ground, only 10 out. Great work. Uni-Norths on attack now. This is Isolini Far. Dave Bennett has it. What can Uni-Norths do to respond? Ben Love backs into a couple of defenders. Uni-Norths having a dig away. They've got penalty advantage here now. Ilalahia transgresses in front of the post. Doesn't roll away. And Vailoa on the ground as well there in number 20.
Alex Small pleading his case, but I don't think he has much of a case in that one.
No, that would be about crisis management, that conversation.
Potentially, absolutely.
Simone's going to have another shot at goal.
Well, we said when they give you the free 3, you got to take them, but I don't know. With the way the momentum shifted just there, I wonder could they have potentially not killed the game off, but
I wonder
just pushed them beyond.
I'd love to have a penny for Sam Rolf's thoughts right now.
Nah. I suppose from an Owls perspective, that's a free 3 points. You get the kick-off, penalty, take the three and get back into your
How good was
shape.
the contest from Josh Reese there on the far side? Just ran through, made the play. A great take overhead. And I thought he was going to go all the way.
Who was the Bulls player who scored directly off a kickoff?
Now
Testing your knowledge.
Now you're testing the memory, yeah.
That's the only time I've ever seen someone catch it clean and go
keep
straight
running.
in.
Yeah, exactly right. Simone's penalty is good. 19-14. 24 minutes to play.
We need our production team.
Yeah, we do. We do, don't we?
To do some furious Googling for us. Pushes it out to be on 3, which is, of course, so important, Brett.
Walker goes long. Ball again just held up in the high breeze. Ferreira has it with plenty of time. This is Richardson now in a little bit of space over there on the eastern side. Callum Richardson brought down 15 in from touch, 30 out from his own line. Uni-Norths coming away from their 22 nicely. Ferreira, more post-contact meters. He's been really good for them. Pass comes back for Simone. He's going to put it down to the eastern side. Walker's there, gets this on the full. He's got Corey Toole with him.
Eagles again slow to react. Forwards walking everywhere.
Oh, there's a big tackle on the far side there, Corey Toole. And Uni-Norths have a penalty advantage now. And have the ball, in fact, through Dave Bennett there on the short side. Crichton finds Friend, who bumps off the first tackle of Alex Small and gets another metre or two. Max Bode in centre field. Haven't seen a lot of Max Bode in attack today. He's made a mountain number of tackles, I know that. Simone gets a little kick down in front of Jamie Kotz, and it'll find touch just inside the Gungahlin 22. Eri Simone really is stepping up and managing this game nicely.
Well, we said he had to, and his body language ever since Thompson went off has been different. He's really stepped up as a leader, but I have to say, Brett, the Gungahlin Eagles slow to retreat there.
By contrast, the Owls' defence was all over them and straight into them,
Stark contrast in body language and effort, really, mate.
Small throwing into a 4-man line out inside their own 22, and it's been pinched by Uni-Norths. Bode has it again, gets an offload away to Dawson, steps off his left, gets past Joel Atkins, 20 metres out now, Uni-Norths. Crichton finds Bode again, who comes back to the open side, runs straight at a couple of Gungahlin defenders. It's quick ball here. This is Ferreira, gets off the tackle of Gillard. They're about 15 short, centre field. Crichton goes open side through Love. He's stopped. Penalty advantage. Crichton has this. Simone steps off his right, and he says that we will have that penalty because we'll have another 3 points because Matt Hogan has paid another penalty there for an offside. That edges them a little bit closer. This is going to be in a similar position to where Simone had that previous shot.
There's take your points, but free shot to attack there.
Yeah.
For Uni-Norths again. 3 points on offer. But so is the free shot to attack and potentially put it out to
this is where
real
this
man.
is interesting, isn't it? Because Simone, I'm sure, probably went against his instinct there. He actually said, as he was being taken into contact, we'll take the penalty. He was trying to... It was the vocal equivalent of just dropping the ball on the ground, wasn't it?
Well, he's lucky he didn't get met with a massive shot from
JP
Fanukitau or
quite right.
Rocky Ilalahia.
Quite right.
As we said, just mention his name, Rocky Ilalahia, in a spot of bother. His day looks to be done.
Yeah, he's been helped off. So we might see Mark Berthelo coming on, perhaps.
Seems to be.
That's going to force a shuffle in the back row for Gungahlin. Although actually looks like it could be... It is Mark Berthelo in 16. Simone from right in front. Flags are up. Nudges the Owls ahead just that little bit further again. 22 points to 14. And the gap is back to 10.
Well, ill discipline has been the theme of what's got Gungahlin in this 10-point hole, but in contrast, the tremendous execution and togetherness from the Owls to take those opportunities and punish mistakes all day long.
I've just given you a bum steer there, mate. Score's 22-14. The margin is 8, and Dave Bennett has knocked on there. The Eagles are directly on attack here, though. We're going to come back for that knock on. Dave Bennett still back down the ground, just self-admonishing.
And he doesn't make many mistakes.
No,
But,
he might have had a little bit too much time there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
but now-
big scrum here for Gungahlin.
I can't. It doesn't feel like we've got 20 to go. There's so much time left, and I still don't feel Eagles have played even to 70% of their capability so far, Brett. So the fact that they're even in touch has got to give them confidence. It just takes someone to lay a marker and change just the flow.
Yep. They led the Griffin Legal John O. Dent Cup for much of the season. It was really only a final round slip-up that saw them drop back to third place. Scrum is a good one. Berthelo controlling at the back. Atkins peels off, open side. Gillard can't get past the tackle of Dawson. Can't get into the Uni-Norths 22. Atkins goes short side, finds Fanukitau, but he finds Ben Love and Phil Ferreira. How many times have we said those two names together today? Been enormous for the Owls. Uni-North just making a metre or two with their defence. Berthelo has to go from a standing start. Bennett was all over that one, but didn't win the turnover. Ray Dobson trying to shift the attack. Nearly ran into Matt Hogan. Gillard bumps off a couple of tackles. Brought down by Phil Ferreira.
Got to find some structure here, Eagles. One-up runners.
Small has this in midfield. Finds Levi Shaw. Nearly got through the gain line. Hawke with a short run. It's a nice tackle from Isaleli Fartho. Bumps the Gungahlin outside centre back. Still haven't got past this 25-metre mark, the Gungahlin Eagles.
You hear it from Eagles there. Depth. No variation.
Owls' defence is good. Walker finds Tristan Stanley there in the tram tracks. Kotz goes quickly. Still can't make the 22, though. Atkins is there. Comes back to the grandstand side. Finds Levi Shaw again. Another good carry from the lock. Uni-Norths, are they there? Have they got the turnover? Ball is there. It's scrappy. Atkins has it for the Eagles. Nick Dobson now. They're finally into the Uni-Norths 22.
They'll do this all day, though.
Bumps into into Will Sankey it was. They're getting closer slightly. Walker comes open side. He's got Sonotti and Shaw. Stanley it was. About 20 out still. The Gungahlin Eagles. Plenty of phases, but not too many metres. Fanukitau now, and this defence from Uni-North, Sankey and Ben Love.
They will do this all day, Brett. Find some variation for Gungahlin.
Berthelo now. He's stopped by Ferreira with Far around his feet. Just trying to counter-ruck here, the Owls. Gillard has it. Sonotti, he's stopped in his tracks by Dennis Waite. Still short of the 22. They've got the ball here, Uni-Norths. Crichton kicks this down, and there is no one back. Josh Gillett, Corey Toole is getting back there. But Byron Hollingworth-Desson is all over him. Hollingworth-Desson will pick it up, and he'll lose it over the line. Bennett is there, forces the ball, but it's a knock-on to Uni-Norths. Byron Hollingworth-Desson.
Oh, my word.
Goodness.
That was game over, Brett. That was game over.
That could have been the sealer. 16 to play. That could have been the sealer.
That just felt like the absolute game there.
Have we had a
Gungahlin run out of ideas. 20-odd phases of the same thing.
Let's just keep an eye on the two teams here. Alex Small is pleading with his Gungahlin Eagles team to come into and listen to what he wants to say. The Owls, by contrast, pull themselves into a huddle. There's no needing to call them back in. Byron Hollingworth-Desson has stayed out of it there. He's massively annoyed with himself, as you can possibly imagine. But the Uni-North's defence on their own 22 tackled themselves, well, not to a standstill, because they still had enough to force the turnover.
They were hungry for more, but honestly, I think they'd have kept going. It was one note from Gungahlin. One-up runners, no cohesion, no variation.
Well, getting their second win. The Uni-North's defence. It's been incredible all day.
It just seems to be this is the matchup between these two sides. You've got a team in Owls with the Bennett, Ferreira, Love, and Love nothing more than to just line people up and tackle.
They'll very happily make 20 tackles a game if they have to. Phil Ferreira and Ben Love today have probably made 30 tackles each. They're Their numbers would be very, very good.
It sounds ridiculous, but it actually might be, honestly, because when the Eagles have had the ball, their ball retention has been excellent, but just there seems to be a lack of variation.
Yeah. Lights are on and starting to take a little bit of effect here at Viking Park.
Next 5 minutes
Temperature
is
is
massive
dropping on
now.
us, isn't it?
Absolutely. 8-point game. Next 5 minutes become very crucial.
Definitely do.
If Owls could get a penalty and kick a goal, it might just be done.
They might fancy the chances here. They might attack through the scrum.
And say there's been one in them.
Atkins feeds in front of his goalpost, southern end of Viking Park. It's a good scrum from Gungahlin. Uni-Norths trying to get the shove back. They've conceded a few metres though. Atkins peels out to Gillard, who comes short side. Hawk puts away Eli Sinotti. That's a great tackle around the ankles there by Lachlan Crichton. A tackle that absolutely had to be made. Atkins, it's a good tackle there on Levi Shaw, the lock. Walker has this now, gets a kick over to the far side. Toole and Jamie Kotz are there. And Toole has got his boot on this, and now Richardson's had to pick up, and he's been forced into touch over on the far side. So Gungahlin now.
Massive from Gungahlin.
Again.
Great heart shown.
Corey Toole and Jamie Kotz just forcing the play with their kick chase again.
Well, not to say that I'm always right, but one variation, a good attack off a scrum,
Yep.
actually putting the ball through the hands, sets up the go-forward ball. Levi Shaw attacks the line hard, not from a standstill, absolutely 100% into attack, and then variation from Walker with the kick.
Yeah, and it was a kick that off the boot didn't look like there was much in it. But
No,
again, Kotz and Toole over there on the far side
The
made it
idea was
something.
excellent to put all of the pressure with the
Yeah.
chasing Corey Toole and Kotz, the pressure all on Reese and Richardson.
Richardson maybe a little bit casual as he was.
Yeah, possibly.
As he nearly forced the moment with Josh Gillard in goal there back late in the first half. Uni-Norths 22 leading Gungahlin Eagles 14 in the Hahn Superdry elimination final.
Have to s-
A brilliant game already.
so impressed with the fact that Gungahlin, when their backs are really against the wall, they've found something
Yeah.
to draw from, and they've got the reward now with this field position and this line-out. Great steal at
but
the front
it's
from
been
Sankey.
stolen by Uni-Norths. And they've just got it in each other's way. Simone has this now, and he will just kick from inside his 22. Ball won't find touch, though. Kotz has this. Comes back to the 10-metre line. He's going to fancy his chances here, and he's in a bit of space. Jamie Kotz, he's got Sinotti on his outside. On his inside now, and Kotz has run into touch. He didn't see Eli Sinotti.
No, brilliant from Kotz all the way until then. Just had to get some.
Look at that. Callum
infield.
Richardson just saying, just
Yeah.
ease up, boys.
Absolutely.
Let's just take a breath here.
Well, I wonder, did they have a look at the clock there and just say,
Yeah.
we're close now, we're
Yeah.
close.
So some replacements here for Uni-Norths. This is in number 20. This is Jay Atkins coming on for Phil Ferreira.
What a man of work he's got
hasn't
through.
he?
Wow.
Hasn't he had a day? Phil Ferreira.
Lucky Crichton, twice in about 2 minutes, has made massive
Some big
involvement in
plays.
defence.
Max Bode again cleaning up the overthrow. He's done that twice today. Doing well. Ben Love met heavily there by Fanukitau. They've held him
It's a
up
maul.
here. Bennett's done well to get that ball back. Crichton. There's a little knock on there. So Bennett has just lost control of that. Did exceptionally well to rip he literally ripped the ball out of Ben Love's hands to try and get the ball out of that maul situation, but just lost control of it as he went to ground, Dave Bennett. And so Gungahlin scrum, 25 out from the Uni-Norths line, 20 in from touch, 12 minutes to play.
The question becomes now, have Gungahlin got enough in attack to score twice in 12 minutes?
Down by
It's going
8.
to have to come quick.
Yeah.
And as we've said all day, and it's been borne out, they don't leak tries
The first score
easily.
The first score
Normally.
has to come in the next 2 minutes, you would think.
You'd think so, just
Yeah.
again with the way that Uni-Norths have responded every time the Eagles have scored.
Atkins feeds.
But like you said,
It's a good scrum for the Eagles again.
nerves settling in.
Uni-Norths have responded well. Atkins has to dig. Walker has it open side. He's got Hawk back on the hard line inside. Atkins keeps going to the eastern side. Walker, I thought that ball bobbled a little bit. Gets a little grubber kick through. Josh Reese comes open side to clean up and just gets that kick down, and now he's chasing it as well. Josh Gillard has to track back for this kick. Josh Reese has done a great job, but so's Matt Hawke in providing a screen for Gillard. But look at the Uni-Norths defenders there, just mobbing over Josh Gillard as he goes to ground. Atkins, they go wide here now. This is Fanuki Tau.
Oh, that ball had to go.
Yeah, they had an unmarked man on the outside. Corey Toole needed that ball, didn't get it. Nick Dobson now, a good carry. Friend couldn't get a shot on it, cleaned out nicely by Ray Dobson. This is Tristan Stanley. I've seen a little bit of him in the last 15 minutes. Atkins goes open side. Oh, that's a nice, well held indeed by Levi Shaw. He lost it and then regathered that pass in the same motion. Walker now, still on the eastern side. Good little ball there to Vailoa. Gets a little offload to Toole. This is Berthelo looking for an offload to Dobson. Can't get it away and didn't, which was a good idea. Alex Small now brought down by James Lynch. And a penalty advantage here now. Penalty in from the side against Uni-Norths.
Need to be urgent here, Gungahlin, though.
Against Josh Friend, I think it was.
No urgency once again. This ball's got to be in the corner now.
Yeah, they're just standing around. You're right.
Brett, I'd be thinking Ali Nahi here. Someone of that kind that can just come on and break the line, bend the line.
Walker's touch finder is better. And again, off the boot, it's another one of those little chip kicks that just sort of sat up in the breeze, but it's found touch about 10 out over there on the eastern side.
Charlie Fairfield-Smith.
Yep, Charlie Fairfield-Smith on in 17, and it looks like it's Ben Love going off. So that's Ben Love and Phil Ferreira out of the game in this last 10 minutes for Uni-Norths.
So go to show. Love to see the trust in the bench, though, from Sam Rolfe and Russ Ingram.
Stanley has it this time, and now they've got penalty advantage, the Eagles. Pick and drive there from Dobson. Atkins brings the ball out. Walker puts the ball on the feet. Gillard is trying to get through, but Simona is back there to ground it.
Again, you hear the call down from the Eagles bench. Energy up, energy up. You're 9 minutes away from exiting a competition that you really had eyes on winning.
Their body language and the way they're playing out this last 10 minutes, they don't look like a team that's trailing by 8. They look like if you didn't know the score and you didn't know who was who and you looked at those two teams now, you would think Gungahlin are leading.
They look like they're searching for a little bit of inspiration, to be honest, Brett. They seem to be going back to the easy option of the run down the tram line, hoping to not give away mistakes. Because as we've seen, and as we've said, they've beaten a lot of teams early and just rolled to victories. Get in front early and just roll
little things
to a
like
victory.
the ball took its time coming back in over the fence over there on the far side, and they're not hurrying it up, Gungahlin. It's taken well though at the top by Stanley again. Great line out drive. They've got penalty advantage again. They won't mind this, Gungahlin. Atkins pulls the ball out. Walker steps off his left, goes left again. Taken to ground 5 short. They go short side. This is Berthelo. Mark Berthelo for the line, for the corner for Gungahlin. He's short. Dobson comes to the open side. Fanuki Tau now. Has he got the ball down, Fanuki Tau?
Israel Far. How has he stopped him there?
The Eagles doing it on pick and drive. Matt Hogan has run around to see what's going on here. He's called time off. He's going to have a conversation over there with his assistant referee. Have they seen a ball down, though? That is going to be the question.
It's going to be hard to see. I think Eagles thought it was over.
No, they haven't. We're going to come back for a 5-metre scrum. Five-metre scrum for Gungahlin.
Charlie Fairfield-Smith exiting the pitch. Yellow straight off the bat there.
Yellow card, was it? Right,
off the maul. Sacking the maul.
I suppose it was gone on Charlie Fairfield-Smith too.
Such was the set. I suppose it was maybe deemed a professional foul, but that seemed harsh off the first penalty in the red zone in a long time.
So Uni-Norths will play out the last 7 minutes with 14 men. Charlie Fairfield-Smith.
I think they'll feel aggrieved. As I say, maybe it was given as a professional foul, but The Eagles certainly shift their
It's not
fair.
It's not like they've given a lot of penalties
and
down the
I say
corner either. It's
Gungahlin had shift their fair amount of penalties in the red zone as well, but as I say, maybe deemed a professional foul. So Charlie Fairfield-Smith will be absent for the rest of this game.
Gungahlin scrum is good, being controlled nicely at the back. Atkins peels it out. Walker goes to the line. Dawson brings him down. Atkins keeps going to the far side. Great work there from Crichton. All over Joel Atkins. The Eagles have to reset. They're back on the pick and drive, and this is...
Eli Sonotti off his left wing looking for a bit of work.
Yeah, just drifting infield there. Uni-Norths defence is up to this, though. They're just going to go with the Eagles pick and drive. Good work there from Tristan Stanley, I think it was. Penalty advantage again, though, for the Eagles. Uni-Norths defence has been stoic. Atkins peels off. Hawke, what can he do? He throws a pass to Jamie Kotz. Can Kotz get through? Jamie Kotz, great work there by Callum Richardson. This ball's been held up. Is it still in play, though?
It
is. It's there for Atkins. Hard line there by Vailoaloa. It's a big hit from Isileli Far. Ball is there for Atkins. Atkins, he can't get it out.
Incredible.
Another penalty advantage here now. Wonder if we might see another yellow card here. Nick Dobson has a go. Only a metre or two short. Walker, kick over to the far side. Corey Toole has plenty of time and dots it down in the corner.
Josh Gillard on that right wing.
It is two. It is two. So a try to Josh Gillard in the corner with 5 to play. Have we got another last moment thriller on our hands?
Funny, mate, if they could have picked a position for Gungahlin to score, and I think that would have been exactly where Uni-Norths would have wanted the try to come. The execution from Walker, absolutely perfect. The option, excellent as well. Put it on a dime for Josh Gillard, and he made no mistake, still had some work to do.
Isaac Walker.
5 to go, Brett. Wow.
5 to go.
Again,
important conversion.
But you just see... You'd like to see Gungahlin get together now.
Yeah.
Say, let's push for, that's the last score, but a lot of individuals just on their own here.
Just looking at Matt Hawke, a senior player there in midfield, as Walker's conversion is charged by the Uni-Norths defenders. Flag stay down. Score remains 22-19.
That could be massive now.
That could be really important.
What's the...
It'll be 4 minutes to play.
Before you put me on the spot, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's the extra time rules, mate?
Oh,
we'll find out, I suppose.
We will find out.
All right, I'll get the research team on it now.
I'll start. I'll talk our way through that and talk my way out of this hole you've just thrown me in. 3 minutes.
I saw it coming. I said, what are we going to do extra? No.
It's a really good question. I suspect it's 5 or 10 minutes each way.
We've got the research team just...
Righto.
Putting
Simone
the bat
gets us
signal
underway. 3 minutes 40 on the clock. Reese chases through. Corey Toole brings it down. 10 in from touch on his 22. The Uni-Norths defence fanning out. Atkins peels out. Berthelo carries. Comes back to the 22 on the 15-metre tram line. Hawke has this inside the tram lines. Just outside the 22, and it's a penalty to Uni-Norths. It's a penalty to Uni-Norths.
What do you do here? Do you kick
Isileli Far it was who won the turnover penalty.
Well, he's been brilliant all day, Isileli Far. We said, Brett, 1 to 15.
Surely, from the point of view of just taking down the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. Correct decision from Uni-Norths. Straight to the corner.
They do kick for the corner.
They can kill this game right off now. Give Gungahlin no chance to get back into the game.
Simone's touch finder is a good one.
I love that confidence from the Owls. Backing their set piece, backing their structures.
You're going to have a line-out throw, attacking line-out throw. 6 out from the Gungahlin line. We've got 2 minutes 30 on the clock here at Viking Park in the Hahn Superdry Elimination Final. Full line-out here for Uni-Norths. Atkins in the front in 20. Sankey there in the headgear. They go to Atkins at the front. Brought straight down to ground. They don't get their line-out drive.
And importantly for Gungahlin, no whistle for a penalty, which seem there may have been as well.
Josh Friend with an important carry, but it's a high tackle. Will we know
There
more
it
about
comes.
that? There's the penalty advantage. Here's Simone. Bumps off the first tackle here. Simone, he's only about a metre or two short. Crichton digging for this ball. He goes wide to Waite. Waite's lost it though. We'll come back for that penalty.
Now what do you do? Certainly
1:45 on the clock.
I think you go to the corner
I think
again.
you do it again. I think you do it all over again.
Gungahlin. Times discipline. Another high shot.
You're right,
Brett.
Simone. Yeah.
Poor discipline at times today. They go for the scrum.
And I can tell you, because I was reading Sam Rolfe's lips as he tried to get a message down to the bench that he wanted them to kick for the corner. He did not want a scrum. Could Gungahlin
Well, yeah, especially
have
down to forward as well.
Yeah, down a forward, that's right. So they're going to try and scrum this with 7.
I can tell you, if you could lay a more tantalising challenge down to Ray Dobson and Nick Dobson than to take a scrum in this situation. Expect
inside the last
absolutely
minute.
everything they've got from this one.
Crichton feeds 5 in from touch. The Eagles scrum responds. Crichton pulls out. Simone bashes through Josh Gillard and Isaac Walker. Jay Atkins picks up. Gungahlin might have this, in fact, or is there for Crichton now. Uni-Norths have it. Isalili Farr. He's 2 metres short. Crichton's there again. It's Lynch it is. They're going to go pick and drive. Can they do this? With a try for Uni-Norths. Jay Atkins peels off. Gets the ball to Friend, who's just flipped. Crichton is mobbed. The Gungahlin defence is up to it. Max Bode picks up. Can he get over the top, Max Bode? Uni-Norths beavering away. Crichton trying to get runners to fan out. They go wide through Richardson. Beats the tackle of Corey Toole. Being held up there by Sinotti. Gets the ball down. Siren goes below us. The Eagles have turned it over.
Penalty.
But there's a penalty to Uni-Norths. Sam Rolfe erupts in the coach's box up here on the Viking Park grandstand. Uni-Norths live to fight for another week in the Gungahlin Eagles season. A season in which they led the Griffin Legal John O'Dent Cup for so many of the 17 rounds. And Iro Simone will step up to have a shot at goal. Time is up. 22-19 the score currently. What a game. What a game. You're lost for words. I'm lost for words.
I'm blown away with how incredibly stout and strong this outside has been all day today.
Yeah.
They've barely put a foot wrong in what is the biggest game in 20 years for this club. Their first playoff win in over 20 years. What an incredible occasion for the Uni-Norths Owls, and they deserve it today, Brett. Absolutely the best
penalty
side.
is straight through, and look at the celebrations there on field there for Uni-Norths. They're through to next weekend's Hans Superdry preliminary final against Tuggeranong. An incredible, gutsy, brave win by Uni-Norths.
Well, it was brave, it was gutsy, but I tell you what, they executed time and again. In the first half, they took their tries perfectly. In that second half, they just, every time things started to go Gungahlin's way, they adjusted and they got back into their shape. And then, perfect example, right at the end, get the penalty, go to the corner, retain the ball, force a penalty, kick a 3. It was the formula all day, and they stuck to it. But on a Gungahlin side, mate, it's the script couldn't have been written any better. A high tackle right at the end gives away a penalty and kicks a goal.
It's the story. It's the snapshot of the Gungahlin Eagles' day.
Has to be. It's the thing that's been a through line, unfortunately, for them. Just that poor discipline. And they'll just feel that that's such an opportunity waste, because they're and before we continue to celebrate what's an incredible performance from Uni-Norths, I have to say the Eagles season has been remarkable.
Yeah,
they've been great to watch at times.
It's been better to go than to go out in the elimination final at the first step. Yeah.
What will I think they have a tremendous respect for this L side.
Yep.
They have all season, but what will annoy them, I believe, is that they've maybe beaten themselves here today with
Yep.
poor discipline and at times just losing the options. But all credit and all adulation has to go to Uni-Norths. What a fantastic performance.
Absolutely.
And I tell you what, I would not want to play them any day.
They've done so well. Just great to see a couple of Uni-Norths players running over to Mac Hansen, who's still rugged up on the bench.
Well, in particular, Hamish Dawson,
Yeah.
a very close friend
Yep.
of Mac Hansen's as well. And as I said, I'm hoping to get down and get a word to Mac Hansen just to see
Yep.
if he's okay, because obviously that injury seems. I'm not even
stopped
sure
him
if
in
it
his
was
tracks
an
today.
illness or
Yeah.
an injury. Honestly, the way he kept going to ground, so hopefully he's okay. And hopefully, of course, now you're thinking hopefully Jordan Thompson and Willoughby
Willow
Axelson
Axelson, yeah,
and
yeah.
the likes can come back and play next
That's
week, because
it.
they've been such a big part.
They'll
But
be-
again,
they'll be crucial.
We haven't even touched on the fact that Uni-Norths lost two of their most important playmakers
No.
that defined their style of play and just didn't miss a beat.
It's been an incredible display. They led 13-0 at half-time, but Gungahlin hit back to two tries to Rocky Ilalahi on the 43rd and the 53rd minute. There was a penalty to Eri Simone in there. And then a couple of more Eri Simone penalties in the 56th, 59th minutes. There was a yellow card to Charlie Fairfield-Smith there late in the game. Josh Gillard scored in the 75th minute to bring the margin back to 3 points. Isaac Walker missed that conversion. I wonder what happens if Walker makes that conversion. How do those last 3 minutes play out?
Yeah,
It's a sliding doors
100%
moment, that one.
It is.
In the end, it was a high tackle penalty in front of the post that Eri Simone converted, and that gives us the final score, 25 points to 19. Uni-Norths have won the Hans Superdry Elimination Final. We need to come up with a True Fit and Hill PTP Man of the Match,
All
and
of
this
them.
is going to be bloody impossible, I've got to say.
Give it to the side.
I don't
honestly.
know how I don't even know where to start for Uni-Norths.
Well, look, I think the two props need really good
Yeah.
recognition for how they dealt with the scrum pressure of Gungahlin and, in fact, put their own down. I thought Will Sankey was tremendous.
Yeah.
A couple of line-out steals, a really good try. Josh Friend, just
Phil-
quietly going about his business.
I would try and narrow it down to Phil Ferreira and Ben Love, but then I wouldn't know how to split it.
Yeah, well, maybe you give it to Ben Love, took his try really well.
Yeah.
Maybe you give it to Ben Love just on that basis, I suppose. But given that it's an all pack, it's an all 15, it's an all 23 award today.
Uni-Norths launch into their club song in front of the supporters there at the southern end of Viking Park. Ben Love has won the True Fit and Hill PTP Man of the Match. And as the Owls celebrate a wonderful win, the Gungahlin Eagles 2019 season has come to an end, and we do need to say congratulations to Alex Small, to Marco Caputo. They have had a wonderful season up until these last few weeks, has to be said. But Uni-Norths are through to the Hans Superdry preliminary final next Saturday against Tuggeranong here at Viking Park. And the winners next weekend, Royals await them in the Griffin Legal John Dent Cup Grand Final on August 17. But Ryan, that's a wrap from us here at Viking Park. Thanks for your company today on Bar TV Sports. For Ryan Murphy and the team, I'm Brett McKay. We'll be back here next Saturday.